try to bring Jarvis on. It's kind of loud.
Well, let me turn this down then. There we go. Christina's live now.
Tag.
Hey, man, these people here.
What's going on, Mr.
What's up,
John
everybody?
Wright? Black athlete. John, go ahead and put your website up here. What's going on, cuz?
These are your peoples.
Yeah, Jay Ezra, that's my cousin.
Did you send it to Jarvis?
Yeah. Send what? Tell Jarvis to get on so we can bring him on camera. Yeah, I got my boy John White. He's in Detroit. That's his website right there. Hey, Rusty.
Is that Sandra Brown? Is that Rusty?
Yes.
Hey, Rusty, how you doing? Just give us a second. We gotta. She ain't gonna be able to make it though.
Hey, cuz, we're gonna have to get you down here one day on a radio show so you can spit something. Hey, Rusty, it's about that time. I'm about to send you an invitation for Charlene's graduation coming up May the 20th, FYS on a Monday.
Man, you should have put it like a caption, like, "Hey, I'm thought it out." Everybody would have tuned in.
What's up, cuz?
You do it with
What's going on, cuz? Vic?
I like Vic. I like her. Yeah, I like her comments she was making. Q, what's happening
Vic
with you?
Vic is a he.
Vic, he. Well, my bad. What's up, Vic?
Hey, guys.
Hey, Amanda.
That's what I'm talking about, Rusty.
Jarvis acting like he can't answer the phone. I guess he must be working.
We about to get back on this subject of child support we was on earlier real quick.
Yeah, we're going to continue on with this child support conversation.
It normally comes on at 4 on...
He didn't answer the phone.
4 o'clock on Thursdays we go live.
Hey, what's up from Toledo? Yeah, we usually go Facebook Live. Gonna answer that.
When we went to the Philippines. Man, get on out here, Quentin. You barely made it to my birthday party.
Ease. But yeah, we go Facebook Live every
playing.
Thursday at 4 p.m. 4 to 5. So make sure y'all have y'all notifications set, your alarm set, something set on your phone to let you know that, you know, He Says, She Says going live. If you missed the show, you can always catch it Monday morning on LXU 93.9 FM. If you don't have it in your area, you can download the app, check it out on there. If you still miss it on Mondays, you can always go back, check out the podcast. He Said, She Said. You can go check it out on SoundCloud. We'll post all of this stuff on the page so you can go through, check it out. But anyways, what we want to do is, since we had such a great response tonight with the child support topic from a lot of people, male and female, we want to continue this conversation, but we want to have it at a remote location. Meaning we want to have it so where we can have a roundtable discussion. We can have a live audience so people can be interactive with the show and ask questions or get involved with the show as well. But we need your help. What we want to know is how many people will be interested in coming to see a live audience of He Said, She Said and get involved with the show. Tina, you got anything you want to say?
Quentin, stop being ignorant.
I know it.
They got child support in the Philippines. Don't get it twisted.
If you got kids out there, they will find you, Q. Trust me.
Nah, so like you said, man, we had an overwhelming response today, and we're sorry we didn't actually get back with everybody to respond to them while I was on the show. It's just that it was so much going on. Hey, what's going on, Jonathan?
Q, what's up? He's talking about he's laughing at the other Q. But yeah, we couldn't get back to everybody's today because we only had an hour-long show and everybody was, you know, writing paragraphs and everything like that. We love the response we got from today's show, which is why we want to continue this conversation and have interaction from a live audience. So please share this. If you know anybody who might be interested in coming to the live show, we'll get more details on that of where we'll actually have it at, but it'll be a live show where you can come, ask your questions, get involved with the show as well. So please, we can't do this without your help of letting us know if you would be interested in coming to the show.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, comment below, like you said. on the subject earlier when we was talking about child support, we had so many different. Hey, Jonathan, man, love y'all. My condolences.
I know if she's still talking to you.
Nah, I was talking to Jonathan, man. I was just talking to him. Hey, sis, my sister from the Philippines.
Hey, sis in the Philippines.
But no, like, we really, we really want to be able to get with our community. We really want to be able to get everybody's opinion on any and everything we do. I mean, everybody, of course, is not always going to agree. But we think this is an important topic to speak on, because I do agree that the child support system is one way. And that's coming from a woman. You don't hear a lot of women saying that. And, the thing is, I want to say earlier is, when you're on a different side of it, I've seen a lot of women that, go hard on child support. Like, nah, he got to do X, Y, Z. But when they start dating a dude, they got to pay the child support to the baby mama. Yeah. First thing that come out of their mouth is, he take care of them kids. You don't need to be, she just want that money. So it's like, and that's not all women, but I have seen situations like that, where once they on the opposite side of the tracks and it's affecting them. Hey, Q, don't be talking to my sister, man. You showing off. You showing off.
Shoot your shot, Q. Go slide in the inbox, hit them with the hey, stranger.
So, they do that. It's like, it's all good when it's for you. But then once it's your man paying child support, then all of a sudden it's like, oh, no, he a good daddy. He take care of the kids on his own. So why he got to give you all this extra money when you got him? But don't forget, you was the same woman that was just making him give you all that extra money. Mm-hmm. So, yeah. I mean, that's actually a good point. I didn't even think about that. When the mom is dating a guy who is on child support, and then she sees it from the other side, like, dang, like, so yeah, no, that's yeah. A lot of women don't see that until it's a different perspective. You know what I'm saying? So, I got so many friends, female friends, and male friends. I had, I was telling them earlier, man. I had one of my best friends. Back in the day, he used to be a D-boy or whatever. And then he decided he wanted to live right, but he didn't really have a job like that, so he did the best he could. And she said, what good does it do for me to lock him up when I know he don't have the money, and that ain't gonna do nothing but hurt my kids, because he actually spends time with my kids. He actually picks them up and does things, so it's bigger than the money. And no, it does cost a lot of money to take care of kids. But what she was saying is that he's a good daddy. He does the best that he can, and she knows that. You got some women that's just not gonna acknowledge that. And I don't know, man. I didn't always feel this way. I was never bitter. I was never one of them. Because to be honest with you, all my kids' fathers pay child support. So, and only one of them I made do it. And the other ones, they did it on their own. I'm telling you guys, I don't care what's going on unless you get it in writing from the beginning. If you in a relationship, you either take your butt down there and you start paying child support from the beginning, or you get it in writing that you don't have to pay it and get it notarized. So that way they can't then go back and take you back for back pay.
Because at that point, if you present it to a judge with receipts, you can have all the receipts in the world. The judge is just gonna say those were gifts.
Yep. Unless you're giving her like a check, something you can have a money order, something like that, where you have a paper trail. I agree. The child support's one-sided, but then you got situations where you got kids that just absolutely refuse to take care of their kids, and you got to do what you got to do.
And
so
let's not forget that
you're right, Rusty.
There are also some bitter dads out there as well who, because they're on child support, they don't take care of their son or their daughter, and they're like, well, I'm on child support, I ain't trying to take care of my kid, and they just let the child support take care of it because they're so upset that the mother put them on child support that they neglect being a father out of bitterness and out of spite. So it does go both ways. It's not just the moms doing it out of bitter and spite. The fathers retaliate out of bitter and spitefulness as well. But again, these are conversations we want to continue to have with the community as well.
Yeah, Vic, I did it. But I am a diamond in the rough, is what my husband say.
Man, you know what I'm saying? Don't know no better. Shout out to DJ, but man, you don't know no better.
But you're right. It's women out there that was like, yeah, it is. It depends on your relationship. I mean, I don't know what y'all feel about what I said earlier, but I honestly, wholeheartedly believe that it should be a law that as soon as that woman has a baby, if the dad says that, if he wants to put his name on the birth certificate or whatever, they says to daddy, hey man, DNA test off top. Yeah. It should be the law that he has to have a DNA test. And if she says she don't know who the daddy is, then you can't come back 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Some of these daddies don't even know that they got kids out there. I've seen situations like that where the baby mama then came 8, 9 years later. Hey, this is your son. What? My son? Or it's your daughter, whatever. Then all of a sudden they won't file child support. It's not his fault. He didn't know.
And then they backdate that, 8, 9 years for something that he ain't know nothing
Facts,
about.
JT.
He know nothing about. But yeah, exactly, JT. I mean, what it comes down to, most guys take care, no matter what your situation is with the, the mom or whatever the case may be, still take care of your kids, because sometimes a lot of moms, that's what they want. They want to put you in a situation where you don't take care of your kids so they can say, see, told you he wasn't going to take care of his kids. Told you he's a deadbeat. Told you he's this, that, and the third. No matter what your situation is, please still take care of your kids. I don't know how we ended up continue on the top. We was just talking about, having people come to me.
But it's true. So that's our biggest thing. We really just got back on here. We just had a meeting because we really want to be able to do this in a bigger setting where we actually have people there. And that way we can pass the mic around and talk to them and get everybody's opinions. Because sometimes you have to be on the other side to be able to see a different perspective of it. Because sometimes you just so tunnel vision. You just so focused on looking at your situation. And some people have been hurt. And like they say, hurt people hurt people. They so bitter, they can't even see. They think all baby daddy ain't no good.
Yeah.
You get situations, who was it? Holly Berry? Shoot, I think she got paid her baby daddy like $20,000 a month. And she the woman. But because she makes more money, she has to pay him, even though she's got primary custody of their daughter. The judge said when she's with him, she has to help take care of him. So it ain't always that. Hey, man, y'all better start getting y'all some women out here with money.
Hey, that's
make more money than y'all.
Also, watch your circle of friends, because listening to some of your friends will have you in a situation that you shouldn't be in, because some of these friends out here that you have might be bitter with their baby daddy, so they want you to put your baby daddy on child support as well. So make sure you do what's best for you and your child, and stop worrying about what your other friends are telling you to do, because that could have a lot of influence on you. And you need to, it's just, I feel like a lot of women in our community are so worried about listening to what their friends say to do with their baby daddy based on what they going through with their baby daddy. So they think all baby daddies should be on child support. No. If that man is doing his job and take care of his child like he's supposed to and helping you out as best as he can, then I don't see no need for you to be putting him on child support. And if he's a deadbeat, that's a whole nother subject for another day. He should be on child support, take whatever you got to. But I feel like a lot of women also listen to the wrong type of friends based upon what they're going through. I didn't see what she said. What'd she say?
Well, who say?
Keep going. Oh, yeah, right there.
I suggest that you have a town hall, invite your local elected officials, and they may sponsor some legislation. Right, Linda. That's exactly what I was telling them. Like, we can talk about it all day long, but what are we going to do about it? There's steps and measures you can always take to do something. They don't have to just sit back and do nothing. They don't. And I think a young lady named Janelle said earlier, the problem is it's so many different situations. It's case by case. It goes case by case. It's hard to just set up one law.
No, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, that's a hard thing to do. So, but man, look, I ain't even trying to be funny. They got support groups. They got situations you can go out there, and if enough people get together and actually make it a problem, and this is real talk. I know a lot of people stated, and it's kind of off subject, but I know a lot of people stated that, when Barack was in office, he did more for the LGBT community than he did the black community. And I only say this is because the LGBT community got together, made sure they went up there and they learned these laws, they learned what the legislation was, and they went up there and they made themselves heard. We have to do that in anything that we want to do, anything we want to put forth the effort on. We have to actually come together and stop just talking about it and be about it. So, what do you say? What Q say?
Says, as a coach, I see all dynamics of parenting. I know mothers that have the fathers on child support and joint custody, but won't let the child participate when she has them. Yeah, that's a lot of moms got to stop doing that too, man. Like, doing this whole, well, the child is with me, so you don't need to come to this. No, let that parent come to that child's whatever event that they got going on. Like, the child needs to see both parents getting along with each other, regardless of how y'all may feel about each other. The child needs to see that y'all can at least get along with each other. If it's for that hour, 2 hours, whatever the event is, say hi, whatever the case may be, and then go on back to your business. Just be cordial with each other. But the kids need to see it. I do agree, Q, that a lot of that does happen. I've seen it happen a lot where you'll go to certain events and one parent will be on this side and the other parent will be all the way on the other side of the gym. And it's like, man, the child needs to see the parents interacting and getting along with each other.
Yeah, that's true. And you know, I was talking to him earlier, condom, stop sleeping with all these women planting unwanted seeds. What you think about that?
Said condom, stop sleeping with them. Well, Brittany, what I would say about that is, and don't take this the wrong way, what if somebody told your mama that? You wouldn't be here. You see what I'm saying? Like when you with somebody in your relationship, your mind is not thinking about, oh man, you know, what if they leave me in the end of the day? No, if you in love with that person, then you're not thinking about that. Now that doesn't apply to the hit it and quit it logic. Now, if you just out here just slanging and banging, then you know it is what it is. But if you in a relationship with these people and for whatever reason y'all part and go separate ways and y'all have a child, then you know what I'm saying, that just comes with it.
Life happens.
You know what I'm saying? So the condoms thing, like it doesn't always apply. It doesn't always make sense because you could be with somebody for 2 or 3 years thinking y'all gonna get married, and then something happens and y'all don't, and then y'all got this 1-year-old child together. Something happens, you know what I'm saying? So that doesn't always apply. Now, like I said, if you're out here just slanging and banging, then yeah, you do need to protect yourself because you don't need to be having all these kids spread out, you know what I'm saying, like that. But I do agree with you, but only to a certain extent because there's certain situations where shit happens, you know what I'm saying?
I mean, and it's just real. And we, like you said, Terry, I mean, you're right. There's a lot of families out here where the parents just don't want to, you got the other person that just don't want to get along because they're so bitter, you know. And for that, I always say, man, just always be the bigger person when it comes to your kids. You know, you do your part, you just continue to do you. Your kids will see, like I told them earlier, I've never had to down talk my kids' fathers to my kids because that ain't doing nothing but hurting the kids. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? You've been through that, you know, growing up, and then you telling them, oh, your daddy don't want, like that's hurting them. That ain't hurting you. That's hurting the kids. Like, how do you think that makes a kid feel to tell them your daddy don't want you? He'd rather be off doing X, Y, Z. Man, you just keep taking care of your part and do what you gotta do. And that's it. Like I was telling him, man, there's always a light at the end of the tunnel. Whether you see it today, you see it tomorrow, you see it 5 years from now. So
But nah. Goes back to the point that you were making.
What?
I can't even scroll up. Okay.
Well, shout out to Brittany that you was playing. That's a beautiful thing. Like for real. Listen, you was playing. The problem is there are people, and I'm glad that your parents did it when they were married. You're right, but there are people that are married that still get a divorce, and then you have that situation where they break up. Then what? You know, that's the sad part about it. Oh yeah, Michelle, I know you missed the show. I was talking about your situation earlier. Actually,
you can still go back and watch it though, Michelle. You can go back to the page and still watch it.
You got baby daddies out here that intentionally quit jobs every time they start taking child support out. Yep. Then what? Yep. You know.
So that's why it goes back to what she was saying, is that there's no set rule that you can do to where it will apply to everybody, because you do have guys who get a job for maybe a month or two only because they know child support's not going to be taking out that check because it takes a while for it to hit. And then once that child support hits, then they quit a job and go find another job. So there are pros and cons, but pretty much something does need to happen. Something does need to change about these child support laws. And I know a lot of women are going to rebuttal against it, but that's because they feel like they're benefiting from it the most. So why should they change it? But at the same time, there are good fathers out here who are struggling because of it. And there's nothing that we can do because we feel like our hands are tied for multiple reasons. One, a lot of men can't afford attorneys. Two,
why they can't afford attorneys? Because they paying all their money out child support.
So it's hard for them to afford a legit attorney to present their case. And then on top of that, sometimes you have judges who already feel one way or the other about a situation.
Judges are human. They biased.
Where they feel like, well, you know what? Now all guys need to pay child support, and all guys need to pay the maximum amount of child support. So there are just different layers to this, but yeah, we just want to have an open discussion, an open dialogue, an open, honest dialogue with people on both sides so everybody can get a better understanding, because that conversation might make somebody go back downtown and change something as far as taking their child's father off of child support.
You're right, Janelle, they are. But at the end of the day, like, judges are still human. There's judges out here that have been burnt by their baby daddy. They get baby daddies too. So they automatically feel one way when they come in here. Oh, no, yeah. you pay the most because they feel in some sort of way. I mean, that's life. Just because they're a judge don't mean they ain't human. And they still use their own biased opinions to do certain things. The laws definitely need to change. And they are set up to benefit women. Men are at a disadvantage. what you say, and a no-win situation. There's a lot of people that's like that.
Yeah,
you are so right.
There's a lot of men who
What's
are like
up, Garfield?
And just to make things clear for the people who are just jumping over here, we are talking about the active fathers. This is not geared towards the deadbeats or the once in a blue moon dad that pops up every now and then. We are talking about the active fathers who are in their child's lives and still not only pay child support, but pay an absorbed amount of child support. That's where the issue comes in, because for those who missed the show today, like I said, I don't have a problem with child support. You know what I'm saying? That's fine. I feel like a guy should help in that household. My problem is the amount allotted to the woman in child support. Like, there's no way that a man should have to pay majority of his check to a woman to where now he has no really financial means to survive himself. Like, that's just not cool. But there should be something to where it benefits both parties at the same time. And I know most people say with joint custody, and that's an option as well. But until that joint custody happens, that father's still gonna be paying child support until that actually happens. And there's no guarantee that you'll get joint custody. The judge can say, no, I feel like it's best that we keep full custody to the mom, and the dad still pays X, Y, and Z. And then what?
Right. Or you could try to get the law changed that if the dad does have joint custody, look, if you telling me my kids to stay with me for the summer, should he continue paying child support when the child is with the father?
Yeah.
That's a thing that needs to be discussed as well, because they still paying that money, but the child is with the father, so the father is expected to pay, for their stuff. And I'm gonna be honest with you. When my daughter used to go with her dad for the summertime, I ain't sending him no money. And even one parent
still have to pay the other. Yeah, that's what I was saying, Michelle. Yeah, it still may be unjust or unfair, even in joint custody situations as well.
But I have seen situations to where if they did have joint custody and the mama was making more money, then that lowered what the dad had to pay, because it's the same system. But we were talking earlier, they changed it in Detroit. But here, if you behind on child support, no passports. You ain't get no passports. You can't leave the country, which I think is unfair in a certain situation, because, like you said, if you have a situation where the mom decides after 5, 6, 7 years, I'm gonna take you down for child support, you automatically in the ridge. You automatically messed up. So you can't. Hold on, let me see.
JT, so what to say?
Funds should go towards the college fund account.
I'm not against that, but at the same time, how much gets put towards the college fund, though? You see what I'm saying? Like, that's fine, or if you set it up as a trust fund to where they can't touch it until they're 25 and it accumulates interest, that's fine too. But how much gets put into that? Because then what you're going to have with that situation is a lot of moms are going to be saying, oh, well, I only get X amount of dollars. I don't get enough. Why so much got to go to the college fund? I need a little bit more money as well. So that can be kind of tricky as well. It's a dope idea, but it still can be kind of tricky as well. What is she talking about? I can't see it.
She said, Brittany said, look here, I got my daughter's father on child support, right? I have told him if he get our daughter every other weekend, I'll take him off. Won't do it. I don't cause no drama, never have. I don't bring drama. I just want him to get his child, period. So when he complains about child support, I have no sympathy, because all he has to do is provide joint. Because hey, we wholeheartedly agree.
I agree. I agree.
We're not against child support, period. We just know that the law is skewed. So there are plenty of like the guy that got 30 kids. Some of the baby's mamas is receiving $3.15. A lot of people be like, well, she was stupid. She knew it. Regardless, the child's here. It ain't that child's fault. The baby's still here. So at the end of the day, baby still got to be taken care of. But he don't got enough money. All he can provide is $3.15.
Yeah, like Brittany, like in your situation, the conversation we're having today, it doesn't apply to people like that. You know what I'm saying? We're talking to the guys who don't get a chance to have that conversation with the mom and sit down and say, okay, how can we make this work to where it benefits both of us? Or she gives him a chance to, present a financial number to where it benefits both of them. Or a situation where the guy is active, but the mom is just bitter and just wants to put him on child support because her heart's broken, or he has a new girlfriend, or whatever the case may be. So in your situation, Brittany, hey, you ain't got no complaints from me. Like, I'm totally fine with that. If a man doesn't, like, you're giving him the chance to do the right thing. Like, all you want is for him to come get the child every other weekend, or whatever y'all situation was. So you're giving him a chance to be there and do what you need for him to do as far as the help is concerned. If you don't want to help, then hey, that's on him. You have every right to go put the guy on child support. But that's what I mean is that most women, and shout out to Brittany, won't give or have that conversation with that guy to give him a chance to see if we can figure this out. Because going to court for child support, that should be the last option that you guys have to resort to, because y'all both adults at the end of the day. So y'all both should be able to sit down and work out something that benefits everybody, to where she can get, because I know moms, sometimes y'all just want to break. Like, y'all have the child 24/7, y'all just want to break. And y'all should be able to work out something between y'all two, to where the guy comes and gets the child and gives you a break every couple of days or whatever the case may be. So, but a lot of guys don't get that. We just get served child support papers. We come home from work one day and the sheriff is at our door giving us papers, and we try to figure out what the fuck just happened.
What's going on? And like Michelle said, in her case, because she did go to college, do stuff. If I pay him, if I had to pay him, she would have to pay him if they had joint custody.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So that's why I said the joint custody thing may not always work out, to where it's fair, because if she's making majority of the money, you'll see.
He also took me to court for joint custody and didn't get her. Like, how you gonna take me to court and then don't do what you said you wanted? Wasted his money hoping they were gonna stop child support and did it. A lot of people do that.
Yeah, that seems like that's just like a bitter situation as far as his concern is. It's like, oh, you trying to put me on child support? Well, I'm trying to go for joint custody then, thinking that he has a legit case to win the the joint custody, and then it backfires, and then he just spent all that money. Well, really, that money that he just spent on attorneys, he could have just gave that to you for child support, and then everything would have been cool, and still come get his child every other week or whatever arrangement that you had for him. So yeah, situations like that, I'm cool on what happens, because it's like, all you had to do was the right thing from the jump, and we would never had this situation. You just scroll up.
That's true. What you say, child support? Quentin Roberts said child support is an 18-year career from some women. Okay, I get it. You right. But like I told the gentleman the other day, you get these ballers, these rappers, whoever, when they sleep with these women, man, they know what position they in. They know the possibility of what could happen. But they don't protect themselves. You know what I'm saying? They just in a moment, they so caught up that this chick that maybe they would have never gotten if they were the position they were in is on them. And then they mad when they hit it and quit it. She come and she want money. Like, who are you mad at? At the end of the day, who are you mad at? What, self?
Nah, he's mad at himself. That's who he's really mad at.
Yeah, that's who he should be mad at. You out here, you a millionaire, you balling, and then you just go get some random pregnant. I mean, to be honest with you, if you in that situation and you get a woman pregnant and say you giving her $10,000, $12,000 a month, most of them ain't gonna work.
Man, and in those situations, for entertainers, celebrities, athletes, they gotta do a whole lot better. Now, if y'all was in a relationship for a couple of years and then things went south, that's one thing. But if you're an entertainer, you get it thrown at you nightly. You can have your pick of the litter. You got to be more careful when it comes to that, because majority of them women are only trying to have your baby for that specific reason, so they can get that money for you. So I don't really care too much.
Like, whatever.
I don't really, because it's like, come on, bro. Like, known as an athlete, like, strap it up, bro. You know what they trying to do to you. Yeah. I mean, if they getting regular brothers, what you think they trying to do with you?
Exactly. If a parent pays child support, what do y'all stand on claiming taxes? Me, personally, just depends. Like, me and my son's father, we did every other year. I got him, he got him. I feel like if you got multiple kids together, you can either do it year by year, but I do think it's fair if he's paying child support. Why shouldn't he get to claim them? But that's something that you can go through the courts and do, because that's what we did, and we just made the decision. And what we realized after we was in court for 2 years fighting for custody, we were just like, man, these lawyers, like, we paying them out all this money. We just figured it out ourselves. And that's what we did. You know what? We done with this. We just gonna figure it out. And made it work. And that was just part of it. Like, I don't think it's fair that the father, especially if the father's in a kid's life, you know what I mean? Like, and actually active and doing stuff. You got some dads just like, man, I'm gonna pay that money because I have to. I don't want nothing else to do with the kids. I'm gonna go on about my business. Like, they just don't know what they're missing out on. So
yeah, for dudes like that, like, there are a lot of dudes who let their situation define what they should do. Meaning that if I gotta pay child support, then she don't need me around because she's getting my money. And I hate when dudes are like that, man. It's like, how can you not want to be? For me, I just don't understand. And how can you not want to be around your child's life? Like, I don't understand how you.
No, I'm talking about
how can you, spray that spray?
It's the air.
Oh, my bad. My bad. So how can you not want to watch your child grow up, your child's first steps, your child's first words, your child's first day of school? Like, I just don't understand how guys can want to skip out and miss out on that. Man, I'm missing out on all these comments.
I think it's mental health often. I think he's stressed now. He's paying for 2 children. I'm just like that damn dude. Just do right shit.
I agree.
Yeah.
A lot of women feel like that, Brittany. Damn, just do right. Like, I only asked you for 2 things. Be a part of your child's life and come get your child. How fucking hard is that? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's easy for most guys, but most guys are so bitter, and like that's what I was talking about earlier, Brittany, that some guys are so bitter towards the mom that they take it out on the child, and that's why it goes both ways sometimes, that you have these bitter dads out here who are like, well, you know what? She's putting me on child support. I ain't fooling with her. And it's like, dude, it ain't even about her. It's about the kid. Like, what are you talking about? Like, you can feel however you want to feel about her. You ain't got to deal with her except for, hey, I'm coming to get such and such today. Is that cool? Yeah, boom, conversation over. We ain't got no more, no less.
Hey, Corn.
That's it. And most dudes don't even want to do that because they're so bitter and angry about being put on child support, which, I mean, I could have been the same way. I could have been like, nah, hell no, y'all got me on child support. Y'all figure that shit out. I ain't doing nothing. But it's like, no, that's only going to make me want to be a part of my child's life even more, because it's like, despite all of that, I'm still going to do X, Y, and Z for my child. Like, this is not going to hold me back. I'm going to find a way. So I do agree with you, Brittany. Your situation, hey, you, like I said, you ain't got no complaints from me. Like, I'm all good on that.
What Michelle said, what about fathers who want to be a part of their child's life but don't want to have to pay for anything? I don't, listen, it's a twofold situation. Like, yeah, I feel like they should be a part of life, but are they able? Are they able to pay anything? Like, for me, you don't, if you can do it and you try to do something, you don't get to just be there. You know what I'm saying? Well, I'm saying, especially if I'm sitting over struggling and you out here, you living your life and you paying. I'm not saying you got to pay everything, but it's not fair. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. It's just different situations. Like, I do feel like the child should have both parents in their life, but I also think that he should be accountable financially wise if it's something he could do. But for these fathers out here, they're just sitting there saying, well, as soon as she put me on child support, I'm going to quit.
Yeah.
Why? What are you teaching your kids? what type of situation is that? What are you teaching your kids? Don't just say, guys, my baby mama ain't SHIT. I got custody and I just had to file for back child support because she ain't did something. I paid child support 3 times higher when she had custody. Plus, she don't have to exercise. Listen, Alonzo, we said that earlier. It goes both ways. It's just mainly set up for women. Like, it's majority of women. But I agree, there's guys that go through it as well. So, no, don't get it twisted. I know a lot of women out here that, listen, I know women out here or men in town that you see them and shoot, they don't really do for their kids. Nope. I know a lot of women that don't do for their kids.
There's a lot of deadbeat moms out here too.
But as soon as something pop up, oh, that's my baby. That's my child. My baby did it. You know what I mean? But you don't even take care of them like you should. I mean, it's sad, but it's true.
Yeah, and I'm scrolling back. We're trying to catch everybody's, you know.
So how you feel about that? What Michelle said.
I'm gonna give Michelle in a second. Eric, he said here in Michigan, the support begins once you file. So if you wait for 6 years to file on a child's father, he doesn't have to make up for those 6 years.
I agree.
Yeah, a lot of states should start doing that. Oh, that's quiet mode. What'd you do? Okay, there you go. Let's see. What about, you said Michelle? What about fathers who want to be a part of child? As far as, what do you mean by pay for anything? Like, are you meaning like outside of the child support?
No, she's talking about period.
Oh,
she's talking about not paying no child support. I just want to be there and be around my kids, but I shouldn't have to pay you anything.
Nah, that shit ain't cool.
That's what I was saying earlier.
Nah, that ain't cool. Nah, like, as a father, that's a part of it, you know what I'm saying? Financially help to provide for your child. Yes, most moms want the dad to, you know, be active and involved, but at the same time, you still gonna have to come out your pocket. Like, I'm assuming that you're talking about just on the norm and not like Christmas, birthdays, holidays, or anything like that. Like, you still gonna have to come out your pocket, my
guy. What she said, you know, my situation, he wants to be the fun dad, but not pay for anything. Kind of like when I get him, oh, I'm the dad that does everything, but here the mama's over here struggling, but you want to make it seem like, oh my God, daddy bought me the stuff that he want to get me, but not really interact and pay, you know what I'm saying, like what he should pay when it comes to sports or anything else like that.
Nah.
Just everyday life.
No, I know exactly what you mean, Michelle, because to be honest, I was the fun dad at first. Now, I was still paying for stuff, but it was like, I'm going to get what I want to get you. You see what I'm saying? But my situation is a little different. I mean, since we're being transparent, you know, my child support situation is 60% of my income. So with me, it's a little harder. Yeah, turn on that light. With me, it's a little harder to just up out of nowhere get my kids something. Like I really got to scrape and save to make sure that I have something to give my kids. For instance, my son's birthday was a couple weeks ago, and I bought him some stuff for his birthday, of course. And at his birthday party, he was like, "Oh, Dad, I also wanted this game." So I said, "You know what, son? That's okay." I said, "If you do X, Y, and Z in school, I get you that game the next weekend. I get you." He said, "All right, cool." So he did what he was supposed to do. This weekend, I just had him. We went to GameStop. He got his game. So I was also the fun dad, but I also am the fun dad where I don't mind paying out of my pocket. Even if I ain't even got it, I'll find a way to get it. You know what I'm saying? And still be around my kids. So now I'm not cool with that. Well, he's the fun dad, but he don't pay for nothing. Nah, G, like it goes both ways. Like, how can you be the fun dad and not take your kids to like amusement parks or water parks or doing just small things? For instance, my kids love going to hotels. I don't know why, but my kids love going to hotels. I don't know what it is, but they just want to go to hotels. So I'll get a hotel room for a night and we'll go swimming and stuff like that. Like those are the type of things that you're gonna have to come out of your pocket to do. Find what your child is into, and you're gonna spend a little bit to indulge in their activities. Let's see, man, going through her shit.
What about the grandparents raising their grandkids and the child support goes to the kids and not the grandchildren? That sounds like a personal problem between the grandchildren, the grandparent, and the child. Like that's something they gotta handle with the mama. Like if you taking care of them, you need to be making them give you that child support. If not, like you can't do nothing about that. If the child support is supposed to be going to the parent because they supposed to be taking care of the kids, but they decide to let the kids stay with the grandparents, that's something that's between them.
That's between them. But I'm scrolling through here. Harry Solutions, is there a number a person can call and actually learn what rights they have as a parent? Actually, what you can do is they if you go downtown, I forgot which building it is, but man, dang what
I'm the one off of Vine, right?
No, I'm trying to remember if it's the first building or the second building. I can't remember which one it is.
On the corner down at the viaduct?
Yeah.
Yes, you can just right there on the corner where the bank is. You go up to your left hand. It's on the left hand side.
I'm trying to remember which floor it is. They actually, Harry, have a pamphlet that you can actually it's more like a guide or something, but it's like this thick. You can go in there and get it, and they'll get you some information about what type of rights. But you also going to have to do some additional research on your own to find out what rights you do as a father, because the government's not going to let you know every single right you have as a father. So you're going to have to do some additional research on your own.
Which is some things we'll probably, if we do this open roundtable, we'll try to have as much information and pamphlets and everything that we need down there for you guys and all the phone numbers.
But yeah, Michelle, I'm trying to see he buys PlayStations but can't pay half the braces bill. Now this is what I will say to that, and it all's predicated on how much child support, because like I said, and shout out to Q, he was like 60%. Yeah, 60%. So if you take 60% of my income, it's going to be kind of hard for me to give you extra to pay for some braces. You see what I'm saying? But if you have me on child support, but you're not getting that much money to where I'm still able to, do what I got to do in life, I'll have some extra money to where if the braces are whatever cost, I say, okay, look, how can we go half on this? Or how can we fix this, you know what I'm saying, to make sure that we get this done. But if you take all the money out of a man's pocket, you can't expect him to still go half with you on certain things like that. You see what I'm saying?
Well, the difference is we talking about somebody that ain't even paying.
Yeah, well, if you ain't even paying, then yeah, it ain't no way in hell.
Should be paying, but ain't paying. Yeah. Or if you are, you paying the minimum, So that's that situation. Like what you mean, you want to be the fun dad.
Okay, my bad. I misunderstood.
No. He don't want to be responsible for the things that the child really needs, but that's just him and himself. He's just immature and childish.
Just immature and childish and selfish. Like, how can you not want to help provide? If you got the funds to do it and you're not paying child support, like, how can you not want to say, okay, how much it costs? All right, so I'll give you this amount. And it's a nice amount, to be honest, and this is just me keeping it 100. If he's not on child support, he should pay a little bit more than half of whatever that expense is, because you have the child with you. He doesn't majority of the time. So he should pay just a little bit extra to try to help you out, meet the cost of whatever it is expense that y'all trying to get.
What Brittany say? Facts. Listen, it starts at home. You're right. It starts with a lot of us, and that goes all back to self-worth. You know, what we feel like that we're worth and we want to put up with. The problem, the sad thing about that is everybody goes into a relationship and people grow apart and it turns sour. Unfortunately, you know, I'm sure that when Q had a baby by his baby mama, when he had the first one, he didn't go into it having the second one thinking that they weren't going to be together. Yeah, you know. Oh, you did?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, you tripping. You tripping. So you already know what's going down. He feel bad.
Hey, man, I was young and wild, man. That's what Brittany was like, you know, strap it up. That's why I said, if you out here just slanging and banging, you know, hey, it comes with it. But if you're in a relationship, hey, man.
You know? You know?
Hey, man, wild in these streets, man.
Sheesh.
Ain't nobody perfect.
Like, all of this stuff is important. Like, I'm glad everybody's bringing this up. Harry, you know, Quentin, everybody. Like I said, that's why we want to have this open discussion in person to actually really be able to sit down and listen to everybody's point of view because...
Yeah. Shout out to Harry. I don't know if you know Harry. I don't know if you know Todd Tishner. If you don't, I can direct you to him. He has a lot of information that could probably help you out for real as far as, you know, the rights that fathers have as far as child support and everything like that. He gives me a little bit of game here and there. I would strongly suggest you go talk to Todd Tishner. If you don't know him, I'll send you his Facebook page or whatever.
So, Michelle, this is the thing. I got a couple of friends that it's hard for them to even go down there to get in front of a judge because all their money's coming out going to pay child support. So for them to get in front of a judge, a lot of times they have to get a lawyer. Well, they can't hire a lawyer because 60% of their pay is going to pay in child support and they still got to live. So it's kind of like, where do you go? Like, they basically backed up against a wall and can't really do anything. But I was telling him today, you can go down there and talk to the friend of the court and you can set something up because I don't believe in paying child support, but you don't have the right to see your kid. Yeah. I don't believe in that. Nah. You know, if you paying, then you should be able to see your child, and not just when the mama say you can see him. You should have something set up. Mm-hmm. You know, you can't just get the money and then you want to dictate and determine. And if he got a new girlfriend and you ain't seeing him now. Yeah. Like, come on, man. It don't work like that.
Take some of this.
You charged up?
I'm charged up enough. And Michelle, you said, are these mothers being honest about what they make? Are they providing the documents? When you go for child support, you have to provide documentation of what both parents are making. Now, whether it's screwed or not, I don't know, but the mom has to provide some kind of documentation with that as well. And Brittany, I know it went for me, but hey, you know, the thing about life and growing up, baby, is, you know, accountability. You know what I'm saying? Nobody's perfect. I ain't gonna say mistakes, but bad choices back in the day. So, you know, that is what it is. Now, it's all dark in here now.
But the light's on? Oh, I tell you what. Let me turn my light on up here. How about this? It's better? Okay.
I guess it's a little bit better. Yeah, I guess.
It's dark outside.